Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome back to Non-League to Giants. And up in today's episode, we have games away to Newcastle and at home to West Ham. So unfortunately, things haven't been amazing since the last episode there. We've only won 2 games, and now we're sitting down in 12th place instead of 8th place. But we did win our last game though. We won our first game in 7, so we had a poor run of form with 6 games without a win. As you can see from the league table though, still doing alright. 24 points from our first 19 games, so of course exactly half the season played. If we get 24 points in our next 19 games, then that definitely secures relegation. That'll get us to 48 points. And to be honest, judging on the points the teams are in the bottom 3 right now, I'd say 4 wins, maybe 5, will be enough to see us survive relegation. So that is my aim. Just win 5 of the next 19 games, and we could survive relegation. Anything on top of that is a bonus, of course. I think any dreams of a very hopeful top 7 finish have dwindled now, to be honest, with 7 points behind Wolves in 7th place. Yes, we have a game in hand, but that does seem unlikely. But a top half finish is not completely out of the question. We're only a point behind Leicester in 10th place at the moment, and with a game in hand as well. But right now, the main aim is just to survive relegation. And at the moment, we are way clear of the relegation zone. There's a quite distance between the bottom 4 and the rest of the clubs, to be honest. And look at that. Look who is just above the bottom 4. Tottenham. They've been terrible this season. Anyway, let's get to our recent results. And as I said, only 2 wins since the last episode there. That did include a 2-0 win at home to Liverpool, though, which was pretty nice. After the last episode, which was incredible, obviously, beating Everton away 2-1 and then smashing Watford at home 5-0. We unfortunately lost the next game, which was away to Arsenal. We lost this game 2-0, but they deserved the win. They're the better team in the game, dominated the game. But look at that. The next game, which I said almost was a guaranteed loss for us, we beat Liverpool 2-0, a very, very nice win. And to be honest, we were the better team in the game, and we deserved a 2-0 win. We really did. We defended well. Even the goalkeeper did well. Kappenberger, his second clean sheet of the season there, which is, very, very strange. But goals from Van Hecker, who's turned into a bit of a goal maestro in recent times, and a goal from Acosta as well. We kept Liverpool quiet, and it was a great win. Unfortunately, though, after beating Liverpool at home 2-0, we then went 6 games without a win. We lost the next one away to Brighton 3-1. Couldn't really judge the game too much, to be honest, because Acosta is worst thing for the club so far. Can't blame him, though. He's been amazing every other game, pretty much. He got sent off after 10 minutes, a straight red card. So, it wasn't a great start to the match, especially against our fierce rivals, of course. We lost the game 3-1. Van Hecker scored again in this game, though. After that was, well, a disappointing draw, it has to be said. We drew at home to Palace 0-0, who are currently sitting in the relegation zone. This was a game I was expecting us to win. Unfortunately, we could not win. That was then 3 clean sheets in a row at home, though. But it came at the expense of not scoring a goal, so that was really disappointing. The next draw was a little bit better. We drew away to Wolves 2-2, but again, disappointing. We led the game two times in the game. Pellegrini had both the goals. Comey got sent off, though, so in the end, it was a nice draw because we played with 10 men for the last 10 minutes. But yeah, to lead the game twice, little disappointing to draw that one. The next one was a big disappointment as well. We lost at home to Leicester 2-1. Created lots of chances in the game. Unfortunately, we went 2-0 down in the first half. Garman Shannon, on his debut, come off the bench and he scored. Made it interesting in the last 30 minutes or so, but unfortunately, a disappointing draw there. After that, we drew away to Tottenham 2-2. I wouldn't say this was a great result, to be honest. You see where Tottenham are in the league. They're sitting 17th in the league. This was a game that I thought we could win. I didn't switch back to a balanced mentality playing Tottenham and not really considered a top club in this universe, at least. Not right now. So I went with a positive mentality. It started off well. We had 1-0 up through Pellegrini again. Then they scored 2 goals in 2 minutes, which was really annoying. But Garman Shannon again off the bench. He scored to make it 2-2 for us. So a good draw in the end as well. The next game after that was disastrous, though. I was hoping for maybe, I was thinking after Liverpool went at home, beat them 2-0, I thought, you know what, we can beat Man City at home. Liverpool are second, they're third. There's no reason to think we can't. Boy, was I wrong. We lost the game 5-2, got absolutely battered. We went 2-0 down very early on in the game. We actually got it back to 2-2 through goals from Van Hecker again and a Rocha penalty. But then in the second half, it was a bit of a rout. Garmendia, by the way, tore us a new one in this game. He got 2 goals and 3 assists. Haaland scored and Alan Cruz as well. We also got another player sent off in this game. Went down to 10 men late on. Fortunately, they only added 1 more goal, so it didn't get completely humiliating. But losing 5-2 at home is pretty not nice, especially against Man City. even against Man City, shall I say. After that, though, we finally won a game. We played Aston Villa at home, and we won this one 2-1. Better team in the game. Our 2 Uruguayans scored in this game, Acosta and Rocha. They got a goal back late on, which made it very nervy, but we held on to our win, our first win in 7 games. That was nice. I didn't want to prolong this bad run of form. In today's episode, though, away to Newcastle, I can't see us getting anything here, to be honest. They're sitting 5th in the league. We also lost at home to them 3-0 early on in the season. Home to West Ham, though, sorry. They're sitting 9th in the league currently, so in and around us at the moment. And I see that as definitely a winnable game. They were battling relegation last season, so definitely can win that. Not last season, 2 seasons ago, back in the Premier League, sorry. So hopefully we can beat West Ham at home, but Newcastle away is going to be very tricky. Anyway, you might have seen the date there, 29th of December. The January transfer window opens in just 2 days' time, or 3 days' time. Got obviously a couple of players joining us already. Andaquia and Moreno are both joining us from Millonarios. They're both coming straight into the first team as well. Funnily enough, when I signed these two at the start of the season, I thought Moreno was the better of the two and more ready for first team football. I've actually changed my mind, maybe because he's developed nicely at Millonarios or not, but Andaquia is looking rather good, as you can see here. Physically, he's very, very good already. 18 stamina, he's got 18 work rate as well, 17 agility. I'm going to play him as a fullback and support. He fits nicely into our system there down the left-hand side. And I think he'd do really well, to be honest. He's got quite a nice balance to him, to be honest. Obviously, he's not very good at defending or attacking just yet, but you can see he's only 18, only just turned 18 as well. In the future, if we develop him right, he could turn out to be one hell of a left-back. I don't know why it's not got him down as a wonder kid, to be honest. Surely he's got to be a wonder kid. And very excited about Andaquia. He's going to come straight into the first team. He's probably likely to get more game time than Moreno. Moreno's got a bit more competition in his place. Where left back, we're kind of lacking a left back at the moment. Moreno is coming in though, and not that I'm saying he's looking bad, because he's not. He's looking quite good, but I like him. He got a little bit better, especially at his passing ability. 8 passing is just terrible for a midfielder, but mentally he's looking really, really good already, and physically looks good. But you can see how it's going to look amazing in the future. So 2 very exciting signings. Moreno's got 1 cap for Colombia. Has Andaquia got a cap for Colombia yet? They've both got 1 cap for Colombia already. So very exciting times. These 2 join us just in 3 days. So should be able to see them against West Ham. West Ham will play in 3 days' time as well. We shall see about that. Also, Vafali, who is on loan at Bournemouth currently in the Championship. Where is he? Oh yeah, I already called him up to the first team. Here he is. He will be recalled on the 1st of January as well. Let's just double check, make sure I've got that in his contract. Yes, I do. Can be recalled. So obviously can't recall him outside of the transfer window. On the 1st of January though, he is getting recalled. He's developed nicely at Bournemouth. Ideally, in an ideal world, I'd like to see him get more game time and development at Bournemouth, but we kind of are lacking in defensive options at the moment. And Vafali, he looks like the perfect player for me to battle out Andaquia for left back and Kostad for centre back. Very versatile, can be anywhere down the back line. And we kind of need him right now, to be honest. Anyway, obviously the January transfer window is open in a couple of days, and I'm expecting quite a busy one, to be honest. There's lots of players that I'm looking to move on. Schlotterbeck is one of them, obviously falling down the pecking order this season. He was good in the Championship, but in the Premier League, he definitely is a weak link in our squad. Looking at his physicals and speed there, he's just turned 32 and he's declining rapidly, his physical. So I want to move him on now. 4.5 million. He's got a bid from Augsburg, I believe. Is it Augsburg? Yeah, Augsburg. So hopefully we'll see him leave. He's getting some interest from the Bundesliga, so that is nice. Also, Noah Hay is transfer listed, but he's been transfer listed for like 3 seasons. Just no one wants him at all. So he's going to stay here because no one can buy him. And who else? Akomi, he's been transfer listed now. I transfer listed him for 15 million. Got Marseille after him. Again, good player in the Championship and probably could still do a job for us, but he's labelled an important player. He's got some value about him as well. And of course, got Andaquia coming through in that position. Same with Vafali as well. Want to raise some funds. So I'm looking to move Akomi on. Only 15 million, but we signed him for 10.5 million. So we're still getting profit on him. This season, he's not been really up to scratch. 6.67. So I'm looking to move him on. Also, another one I'm looking to move on is Bakwa. I was actually quite surprised of how poor Bakwa's been this season. I didn't pay too much attention to it, maybe because he was so good last season. But in 16 games in the Premier League this season, he's got no goals and no assists. So, he's been pretty disastrous. And also, the fact that I want to move him on is, A, because he's got big value about him, and B, because he's got on 74k a week, which is actually our highest earner at the club. Bakwa does not deserve to be highest earner at the club now, and could easily raise some funds for a new player to come into his position. So I'm looking to move on backward if I can. We shall see. He's not transfer listed yet, as you can see, but that is something I'm definitely exploring. And also, I'm looking to sell either Ollison or Canute, and it may seem silly to try and sell Ollison because he's one of our best players this season, but he's wanted by Sevilla. And you look at his value here, he's worth 30 to 33 million. You actually look how good he is. Yes, I know he's playing really well, but he's not that good, to be honest. He's exceeding expectations right now, and he's 28, almost 29. If I get a bid of 30 million for Ollison, and I'm accepting it. So Ollison, even though I think he's great, he's been great the last season and a half now. For that sort of money, I can't really turn it down, to be honest. He only signed him for 2.6 million, and he did not look like a £30 million player in that first season in the Prem. But he did really well last season, of course, and he's taken that form up to the Championship. But as I said, 30 million is a lot of money, and I would definitely be interested in selling him at that price. And also Canute, not quite worth 30 million, but he's got some decent value about him. He's now 31, and really, we've got some good players coming through in midfield as well. Guevara is the number one ball midfielder. Canute is nothing more than a backup player these days. And being over the age of 30, having some decent value about him. I'm looking to sell him as well. So yeah, lots of players may leave us. Now let's get to the players who may join us. Well, of course, Andaquia, Moreno and Fafali are all joining us effectively in January, which is already settled. In terms of other players, well, one player I'm looking to make a bid for is Andy Booth. He plays for Sunderland, he's 19 years of age, and he's worth 18.5 million. That is his minimum fee release clause. Domestic clubs in the higher division. So I'm looking to get Andy Booth. As you can see, he's 19. He's really looking quite good. And I see him ideally as the backup squad option for Gonzalez at right back. We really are lacking a right back and go forward. Booth can do that. He's still young as well. I think he looks really, really good. He looks like one of those players that he might not turn out to be a world-class player in the future, but maybe one below that. A very good Premier League right back. So I think he could be a steal at 18.5 million. Back up to Gonzalez is a little bit unfair. He'll get plenty of game time. So yeah, I'm looking to sign Andy Booth at 18.5 million. We'll be able to raise these funds with the correct sales here, of course. And already he's made over 100 appearances for Sunderland at the tender age of 19. So yeah, hopefully we can bring him in. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is, strangely enough, the board, I haven't seen this before, I don't think anyway. The board decided to just completely get rid of our transfer budget and our wage budget as well, just about a month before the January transfer window due to poor finances. That kind of annoyed me. So now you can see here, got basically nothing in a wage budget or transfer budget. £910 under the wage budget. So yeah, definitely need to sell before we can buy. But as I said, looking to move players on. If I just sell Okomi for 15 million, should be able to raise almost enough money to get Booth in. So he is one who's definitely on my list. Another one who's definitely on my list is a goalkeeper. I haven't quite decided which goalkeeper I want yet, but you can see here there's a few players on my shortlist. The actual best one out of the bunch here is probably David Raya, who's playing for Brentford still in the game. And he's 34 years of age, but as you can see, he's still very good. And certainly be an upgrade on Kappenberger. If we can't get a player who's better than Kappenberger, I at least want to give him some proper competition other than Peacock Farrell. So David Raya is my ideal player to sign. Unfortunately, though, it seems like he won't want to join until his contract expires end of the season. So I'll try to sign him still, of course. Should be able to get him quite cheap as well, being 34. But it might not happen because he might not want to join until the summer window. Also, Sidney Severo is a young goalkeeper. I don't see him as our number one. To be honest, I don't think he's good enough to be our number one. But 8.4 million. He's 20 years of age. He's got Arsenal and Man City after him. He's also got 20 determination. So he is a goalkeeper I'm looking to try and sign for the future, as long as he doesn't want to be an important player. So there's those two in terms of goalkeeper. Of course, I've got some other goalkeepers here on the short list that I'll be interested to decide if we can't get Raya, because I really feel like we definitely need a better goalkeeper than Peacock Farrell, that is for sure, to get some pressure on Kappenberger and maybe even take his position. We shall see. So right back at the goalkeeper I'm looking at. Of course, if I sell Ollison, I've got to replace him. And the reason I'm tempted to sell Ollison is because Dario Isugo, who's 24 years of age. He's actually a wonder kid at the start of the game. Got a bright future ahead of him. He plays for Sporting Lisbon. He's 24. He's uncapped by Portugal, but he looks like a very good player. As you can see here, physically he's very good. And he seems like an ideal player for me that he can either play as a ball midfielder or as a box-to-box midfielder as well. I'm looking to sign him as a box-to-box midfielder. As you can see there, he's going to be quite expensive. So pretty much be like a trade between Ollison and Asugo in terms of the money we'll pay and receive. But if you actually compare the two, Asugo and Olusun, I think it's safe to say Asugo is a better player. Olusun is better in the air. He's slightly better attacking as well. But everywhere else, Asugo is a better player. And of course, he's 4 years younger as well. So that is something I'd like to happen. But again, I wouldn't be too annoyed if it doesn't happen because Olusun's having a great season. But with the fact that teams are coming after him and at high value, Asugo there, possibly waiting in the wings, I'm very tempted about that. And in terms of other positions, I want a new left winger as well. Obviously, I'm looking to sell Bakwa, and one player I'd like to replace him with is Lucas Mertens. He's 20 years of age, could get him for 24 million, because that is his minimum fee release clause. He's also a wonder kid. As you can see, he's very, very good. He's got no caps for Belgium so far, but I don't think it'll be long before he's a full Belgian international. He looks like a very, very good player. Very versatile as well, and ideal replacement for Bakwa. So those are the sort of players I'm looking at. A left winger, right back, a centre midfielder, and a goalkeeper. I don't think I'm looking at anyone else right now. Yeah, so that is it. Ideally, I'd like to bring those 4 players in, plus the 3 players we're getting into the squad in January as well. So that'll be 7 new additions, but of course, that depends on the players we can sell. Anyway, let's get to the first game then, away to Newcastle. Well, this is going to be a very tricky game for us. Newcastle sitting 5th in the league, and we lost 3-0 at home to them at the start of the season. So with that in mind, I've decided to set up with a balanced mentality for today's game. I'm not changing anything else though, sticking to the same style, but I'll switch back to a balance instead of positive. Also, I've changed the fullback attack to fullback support. I've got Guevara in there today. Gonzalez needs a rest. Got Kappenberger in goal, who I think it's safe to say he's improved. Not to a great standard, as you can see, 6.52 from his last 5 games. So, yeah, still not great, but he was about a 6.38 or 6.4 average rating in the last episode. It's now gone up to 6.64, so he's slowly starting to become usable. But I think it's safe to say now, definitely, that we cannot fully trust Kappenberger. I need to bring in someone who can at least provide in competition, unlike Peacock Farrell. Guevara starts right back. Akomi starts left back. Possibly his final game for the club. Or maybe West Ham will be, we shall see. I'm looking to sell him, as I said. Cresswell and Van Hecker in centre-backs. Then we've got Canute, Olusun and Acosta in midfield. Bakwa on the right wing. Iliev on the left wing. And Pellegrini up front. So unfortunately, we start off this game, this episode, with our best player injured of the season. Nesta Rocha is out. He's out injured for 12 days to 4 weeks, which is a real big loss for us, actually, because he's been fantastic this season, Rocha. In 17 games in the league, he's got 5 goals and 7 assists. So involving 12 goals in just 17 games. He's only 20 years of age as well. And we have one hell of a gem in our hands here, Nesta Rocha. As I said, I don't think I really appreciate as much as how much of a great player I got in the January window last season. Only for 5 million. And look at his record for us already. In just 34 games, he's got 8 goals and 12 assists already for us. So yeah, he's one hell of a player. Only 20 years of age. Getting better as the weeks go by, it seems. He's injured though, so that is a real big disappointment. Another one who's injured is Albita, who hasn't been nowhere near as good as Rocha this season. Only an average rating of 6.66. But, to be honest, he started off his season with a couple of injuries with us. He started off alright. He got 3 goals early on. He then got a major injury in August. Wasn't the same after that. And now he's out with another moderate injury. So, can't really judge him too much so far, Albita. He needs more runs of games in the team. Luckily for us, as I said, Pellegrini has been quite decent, whilst Albita has been missing. 8 goals for him, but it would be nice to have Albita back, but especially Rocha. Also, Wallens is out for today's game as well. He can't play against his parent club, of course. Gonzalez is on the bench, needs a bit of a rest. Also, Kostad hasn't been fully convincing this season. One of the main reasons I want to recall Vafali as well, so he's on the bench. Same with Balalic as well. That is why Cresswell starts and Akomi. Newcastle away from home. Can we start off with a win? Well, let's find out. Before we start the first game, guys, please remember that if you like this video, hit that like button for me. It's really important for the video's success. And also, if you're new around here, do consider hitting that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out and it's much appreciated. So let's get started. Then away to Newcastle. I can't see anything past a win for Newcastle in this game, to be honest. As I said, they're a very good team. Sitting 5th in the league, chasing down top 4. And obviously, we're a mid-table club as it stands. At the moment, we're not a relegation battling club, because we're not in a relegation battle. I can call us a mid-table club, which is nice. Whether we'll be that at the end of the season, though, is a different question. Anyway, 7 minutes into the game, we're on our first highlight. Unfortunately, it's Newcastle with the ball. Zaniolo. He passes it to Cunha. Back to Zaniolo, though. To Ugarte. You can't get an easier tap-in than that, can you, Vitor Roque? Wow. Lovely start to the game. Ugarte hit the post. I'm pretty sure he's just signed for PSG in real life. Either that or he's going to sign very, very quickly. At least that's what I read in the news. Anyway, he didn't score the goal. Vitor Roque scored the goal. They're 1-0 up already, and already it's a mountain to climb. Well, just 2 minutes later, we're back on the highlight again. Frimpong with the throw-in. He actually scored 2 goals against us in the first game, where we lost 3-0. Yes, it's not a great looking start, to be honest. And Vitor Roque is through and goal. He goes past Kappenberger like he's not even there. Not too hard, to be honest. I think I could probably score against Kappenberger. This is what I mean when I say we need a new goalkeeper. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's game over already, to be honest. 2-0 down after 11 minutes. Is that Xavi Simons? Well, it's a good pass. I wouldn't say it's an amazing pass, though, because we left all that space open for him. He did exploit it, though, of course. But, yeah, terrible start to the game. We're 2-0 down. Yet to have a shot in the match as well, which is pretty abysmal. Is there any point going more positive, though? Will it just get completely embarrassing if we go more open because already it's going to be 3-0? Already it is 3-0. Oh, my word. Wow. Not a great start to the episode. 3-0 down after 19 minutes. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Wow. Canute, don't know what Canute is trying to do. Zaniolo. Kappenberger. Yeah, Kappenberger's got a 6.2 rating already. Just, if I didn't think we needed a new goalkeeper before the game, I definitely think we do now. Here's Bakwa still yet to get not a single goal or assist in the season yet. And he might not do before I sell him, to be honest. So we have a chance here. We do have a chance. Pellegrini hit the bar. Shouldn't really be getting that close to a goal from there, but he did. Backwards form this season, though, is not the main reason I want to sell him. The main reason I want to sell him is his wages, to be honest. 74k a week is just too much. Way too much for the structure of the club. For a player that calibre, of course, if we bring in a great player, better player than Bakwa, 74k, it wouldn't be too bad, but for Bakwa, it's not worth it. Anyway, we finally started to create some chances towards the end of the second half. Unfortunately, though, we're already 3-0 down in the game. So it's all good and well trying to create some chances now, but it's a little bit too late for that, to be honest. Well, I don't really feel like changing much, to be honest, in the game. I don't see the point, to be honest, because if we just go more open, more attacking, then I think it's just going to get really ugly in the game. So let's see. Acosta, it's our first big chance of the game. An absolutely horrendous miss from Acosta, though. One of our key players, Acosta, is just as good as Nesta Rocha, to be honest. Look at this. We're actually by far the better team in the game now in terms of momentum. But do I change things? Do I go more positive? I'm not sure. Well. Wow. 4-0 Newcastle. It's a goal. Why is there so much space here? What is going on? Look at all this space again. Nah. They're ripping us to shreds in this game, aren't they? They're not creating that many chances, but when they do, they're scoring. Well, I think we lost 4-0 away to Man United earlier in the season, so this is matching our biggest defeat of the season with 32 minutes to go. Here's Ollison with the ball. Can he score from there? Another pathetic effort. Still in the box, but now it's cleared. The efforts we've seen in today's game have been terrible. Here's Ollison with the ball to Bakwa. I'm not too angry about the loss, though, to be honest, because I'm expecting the loss, but it would be nice to be less embarrassing. There's Akomi with a goal. The unlikely of goal scorer. It's possibly his last goal for the club. He doesn't score too many, and he could be off very quickly. I don't think that's the start of a great comeback, though. Look at Kappenberger again with another red rating. Honestly, I need a goalkeeper. I need a goalkeeper quickly. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go more positive. Let's go more positive in the game. What's the worst that could happen? We get battered 10-0, but... Well, 10-1. We scored a goal now, of course. We scored a goal. And let's bring on Gonzalez. He is a right back, but he's one of our best players, so let's see what he can do. Back was actually putting quite a decent rating today with a 6.9. Did he get the assist for the goal? Is that his first assist of the season? It might be, actually. Ilya's had a stinker today. Unfortunately, we've got no attacking players on the bench at all. Oh, let's be honest. Who can I bring on to make a difference here? 5 defenders on the bench. Shannon and Douay. They're not coming on for Acosta, that is for sure. You know what? Shannon seems to always score a goal off the bench, so I'm going to bring him on for Ollison there. I'll put Acosta back as the box-to-box midfielder. Put Shannon as attacking midfielder on attack. Let's also put the passing directness up to slightly shorter. Let's put the press higher as well. And let's just go for it. It might turn ugly now, but let's see if we can create some chances. 4-1 down. Let's risk it. Got 11 shots playing balance, so let's see what we do here. Said it could get ugly though. It could get ugly. If we get the next goal though, the great comeback could be on. But I think it's safe to say that will be completely diminished if it goes 5-1. I still can't believe that would happen, obviously, but you never know. You never know. Here's Iliev about to come off the pitch to Pellegrini, who finds Shannon. No, Iliev's not about to come off the pitch, sorry. Here's Shannon. He makes things happen off the bench. He does. Acosta. Can we get a second goal? Still on the attack. Here's Bakwa to Canute. Acosta. Shoot Acosta. He does shoot. Is the great comeback on here? Is the great comeback on? 2 goals back. It's 4-2 now. Acosta with a world... Well, this would be one hell of a comeback if we do. One hell of a comeback if we do. Lovely goal from Acosta. Just curls it in the top corner there. Mendy gets a hand to it, but it's just too precise. Well, a minute later, we're back on the highlight. Newcastle with a free kick. Still on the highlight here. 5-2, and the great comeback is over again. But they give the ball away. Backward, though, with pathetic lack of composure there. Here's Doig to Mudryk. Now here's Skip. Oh, dear. Oh, my word. He just chipped the goalkeeper. Yeah, I think it's safe to say it's over now. 5-2. Oh, my word. Mudryk chips Kappenberger. Kappenberger pretty much just falls over, doesn't he? He just pretty much just falls over. He's just absolutely atrocious, isn't he? Absolutely. 5.5 now. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. And Van Heck has had a stinker as well, but we'll let him off because he's been best defender of the season so far. Centre back, at least. He's been quite good. So he's allowed a stinker, but Kappenberger, this is becoming a regular occurrence. Even the assistant manager is telling us to sub him off. He's been that bad. Goalkeepers cost you matches. And although I don't think that if we had a better goalkeeper, would have won the game, but it could have been 3-2 or maybe even 2-2 if we had a better goalkeeper, because Kappenberger is just not doing anything right at the moment. Nothing right at all, and that is another pathetic performance from him. Not a great performance from us at all, to be honest. That's now 2 5-2 defeats in just 3 games, and yeah, we kind of need to cut that out. Well, another 5-2 defeat, which is, not nice at all. Remaining 12th place, though. We're still a point above Aston Villa. We're still level on points with Everton with a game in hand as well. So it's not all doom and gloom. As long as we can beat West Ham at home in the episode, and it'd be quite a decent episode, to be honest. 3 points out of it is what I was expecting. It'd be nice not to concede 5 goals, but when you have Kappenberger in goal, it's always going to be difficult. Anyway, guys, make sure you stick around. Coming up next, West Ham at home. Do you remember how I said that Andaquia and Moreno will be joining us on the 1st of January? Well, one of the strangest things has just happened to me. I don't ever recall this happening to me on FootballManager before, to be honest. Never has. Andaquia and Moreno, whose transfer fee was already agreed, the contract already agreed about 6 months prior, their deals have been cancelled on the 1st of January because we have signed too many players abroad this season. We've signed 6 under-21 players abroad this season, which I knew about already. I already knew about this. But I either thought that it counted these 2 transfers or that they won't count. It must have been by a window basis. But yeah, due to the rules, Andaquia and Moreno, despite the transfer fee being agreed, everything being set up, they're already joining us. The fees have been cancelled. The whole deals have been cancelled. As you can see, they're still bobbing up in the transfer activity. That is because I've quickly just swooped in again to make the same offers that I made for them and offer them contracts. They both accepted the contract as it stands. Well, they haven't accepted it. I've offered them both contracts. They'd accept it in due course. But even if they agreed to sign us, both of them, hopefully they do both agree to join us still. It won't be until the summer. So we won't see Andaquia or Moreno until the summer, if at all. So, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that before in my Foot Manager. Maybe it's just a normal thing. It just hasn't happened to me before because I haven't signed so many under-21 foreign players in a single season. But yeah, no Andaquia or Moreno, which is really, really disappointing. I've got Hafali though. I just recalled Hafali. He's back into the first team. But yeah, that's really annoyed me now. Now I might have to rethink what I was talking about in the first place, because now we're missing these 2 players. I've already planned the team and the transfers around those 2. One player I've already made a bid for though is Andy Booth. I made a bid of 18.5 million for him. Nothing too outrageous in his contract. He wanted to be an important player. That's not going to happen. I've got it down to regular starter. I think I can work with that. So, yeah, hopefully Booth can join us. Already sold a player as well. Schlotterbeck has left us. He's gone to Augsburg, 4.5 million. Very happy with that, being 32 years of age and rapidly declining. Also, we've got 9 million in our transfer budget now because the board came to me a day ago in game and asked if I wanted to change season expectations. Just for saying no, just for saying avoid relegation, they gave me an extra 4.5 million. So that money they took away from me earlier on in December seems a bit pointless now, doesn't it? But anyway, it's time for today's game at home to West Ham. This is the team sheet for today's game. In terms of players that have come in, well, Kostad comes in for Cresswell. Cresswell got a 6.8 against Newcastle there, despite conceding 5 goals. So he did quite well, but as you can see, a lot of tired players in the squad. Only played the game 3 games ago. Gonzalez comes back in as well for Guevara, who's just been extended his ban to another 2 matches after his red card against Man City. Obviously, he played in that game there, but he's been suspended for an extra 2 games now, which is disappointing. Wallens comes in as well for Bakwa, who did get his first assist in the season in that game there, but he's very tired now. And also, Doué comes in for Ollison, and Acosta moves back there as a box-to-box midfielder. So, yeah, a disaster in terms of the transfers. No Andequi or Moreno. I can't believe that's happened to me, to be honest. Why let me agree the transfers in the first place then? It seems rather ridiculous, a rather stupid rule in my opinion. But yep, none of those two this window, which I'm very annoyed about. But hopefully they'll join us in the summer window. I need to rethink about some of the players I'm going to sign now because of course we're left fit in 2 positions. But anyway, here is about West Ham at home. They're higher than us in the league, but I'm expecting a win here. Okay, here we go. Well, Fally makes his debut today. He's thrust straight into it. He only turned up to the training centre today, but we're lacking at fullback, to be honest. That's why I was excited about Andequia joining us. Bilalic is not a fullback, really, and he's no more than a squad player, to be honest. And Kostad, he's got no pace, and he's not been great this season either, so we're desperate for a left-back. Hopefully, Fally can fill that void there. We shall see. Anyway, 12 minutes in, we're already defending here. Fally winning the header against Bowen there, but then Acosta with a rare poor pass. Comes back to Fally. Ooh, you're looking good for Fally. Doing the basics right. Here's Iliev, who just gives the ball away again. What is this highlight? Oh my word, you must be joking me. If they had a score from that, I'd be absolutely fuming. Terrible defending there. Also, Kappenberger remains in goal, despite that pathetic performance against Newcastle. Because what can I do? Put Peacock Farrell there. Anyway, Iliev! Oh, well, hit the post. He should have scored, really. Yeah, Peacock Farrell in goal is just... It's pointless. It's pointless. Canute! How are we not winning the game with these 2 chances here? Hit the post, and now Canute just missed from 3 yards out or something. Got a corner out of it, though. It happened in 2 minutes as well. Van Hecke, he's scored 3 goals like that this season already, Van Hecke, so... He's definitely good in the air, and although he had a poor game there against Newcastle, he has been our best centre-back of the season. Been quite a good signing, Van Hecke. Been very consistent. Doué wins the ball back, who hasn't been great. A great signing, to be honest. He hasn't been terrible either. Quite a lively start to the match, but it's still 0-0. Here we come again with Acosta. To Pellegrini. To Doué. Back to Acosta. Lovely free-flowing ball there. What is this? Acosta! He's got a score! Oh my word, he toe pokes it in the back of the net. Get in there. Well, we started off this game quite nervy, to be honest, but in the last 5 minutes or so, we've absolutely run them ragged. And we finally get that goal. Acosta with the goal. Lovely bit of passing the movement here. One-touch football. And Acosta just runs through the defence there. Looked like he messed it up. He forgot to shoot. But he toe pokes in the back of the net. Get in. As I said, if we lost to Newcastle but beat West Ham, I'll be happy with this episode. Van Hecke hits the bar, but is never really going in, to be honest. As I said, win this game, be happy with that. Up to 11th as it stands at the moment. West Ham sitting in 8th place. 7 points better off than us at the start of the game, but cut it down to 4 points as it stands. Anyway, back in the highlight again. Here's Doué. Had a good game today. Deep free kick. Van Hecke's there. It comes to Iliev. Comes back to Doué. Shoot, Doué. Shoot! He does shoot, but it's a very, very tame effort. And Trubin gathers it easily. Kind of dominated this first half, though, haven't we? It's a bit disappointing to only be 1-0, to be honest. Yeah, good first half. Good first half, that. Could do better, though, and I'd love to see that second goal. Love to see a second goal, but not for them. Kappenberger does something right for a change. Catches the ball. How's his distribution going to be, though? Let's watch him. Time wasting for no reason. He kicks it long. What a terrible kick, to be fair. We've got the ball on the attack. Here's Wallens with an awful pass, though. A really, really poor pass from Wallens, that. Stay on the highlight, though. Here's Enzo Boyomo. Now here come West Ham. Canute gets there before Skamaka, though. Now here we come again. Here's Wallens. But what's wrong with your passing, Wallens? What's he doing? Pass it right this time, would you, pal? Oh, thank goodness for that. Gonzalez with a cross. Oh my word, Pellegri's through. Oh, hit the post again. Hit the post again. We need that second goal in the game, don't we? Doué with a corner now. Cross it in, aiming for Van Hecker like we always do. Take good in the air, Van Hecker. Really good in the air. It's a goal machine. And look at that. Look at all these performances today. It's good performances all across the pitch. Even Kostad with a 7 rating. We had 20 shots now. 10 on target. How is it still only 1-0? Well, Pellegrini hasn't been great today. Unfortunately, we haven't really got a striker. Although, I can bring on Bakwa. I'll bring on Bakwa for Pellegrini and put Wallens up front. And, you know, Fafali hasn't been amazing on his debut. 6.6. Let's take him off as well. And, you know what? Let's bring on a Comey for him. 29 minutes to go. We are winning the game, of course. If it finishes 1-0, I'll be happy. But the way we've dominated this game... Oh, Van Hecker. What are you doing? That's lucky. That's lucky. Comey boots it long. Gets it clear. Van Hecker. Poor defending from him. Anyway, here's Iliev with the ball. To Kostad. To Comey. Yeah, Comey. Oh, Comey thinks he's Lionel Messi or something. Now he gets the ball away. Very nice of Comey. Also, Comey's... I accepted a bid from Marseille with 12.5 million. Not quite the 15 million pounds I wanted, but 12.5 million will do. And with selling Schlotterbeck and obviously getting the change season expectations, with a Comey leaving, that Andy Booth's sale can go through. But anyway, I'll say all that. Ali is through on goal. And in a game we've absolutely dominated, 21 shots, 10 on target, it's now 1-1. Ain't that fantastic? Wow. Wow. Awful. Absolutely awful. Dominated the game. Absolutely dominated the game. We've got a highlight though, straight after. Doué with a dangerous free kick. Doué! Oh, the keeper saves it. It was close. It was close. Wow. I can't believe it's 1-1 in the game, to be fair. It astounds me. It really does astound me. I'm not going to go attack him, but I'm going to trigger the press higher. There's not really anyone else I can bring on here. I could take Doué off and bring on Ollison, but Doué's having quite a good game, so we'll just keep it as it is. Trigger press higher, put the defensive line higher as well, but wow. This is why you have to take your chances. You have to take your chances. Iliev, what on earth are you doing, pal? What on earth are you doing? It's calamitous out there. It's calamitous. It is absolutely calamitous. Wow. Wow. Not only should we be winning the game, we should be winning the game 3 or 4-0. And now suddenly, we are losing the game. How fantastic is that? Absolutely amazing. Amazing. Wow. Disgraceful. Wow. What else to do apart from go attacking now? This is just pathetic. Absolutely. Look at the state of this. 11 shots on target in the match. They've had 3 and they're winning the game 2-1. Absolutely pathetic. Pathetic. I want to check out Kappenberger's rating again. Let's see what he's done. Oh, here we go. Go 3-1 now. Lovely. Lovely at the post. Offside anyway, but... what a pathetic episode for us. Back on the highlights straight away. Well, I'm confident we'll still create some chances, but... doesn't look like we're going to convert them, does it? Iliev with a terrible pass again. Wow, can't believe. In a matter of nowhere, we're 2-1 down in the game. It's ridiculous. And now we've expanded even more now. It might get even worse. Do we have an attack? What is going on with the passing? What's happening? Wow, what a crock of shit that goalkeeper is, honestly. What an absolute donkey that bloke is. Absolute donkey. Wow. I don't, it's disallowed, but What a donkey that goalkeeper is. Absolutely useless. There's a highlight every 3 seconds in this game. Somehow West Ham were just woken up in the game. They're absolutely dominating us, apparently. Lovely. Any danger of putting a tackle in, maybe? No. Okay, nice. Losing the game. The game we've absolutely dominated. Here's McKennie to Ali. 3-1. Game over. How absolutely ridiculous is this? How ridiculous is this? Wow. I don't know what to say. Just, yeah, no point making any change. 25 shots. 13 on target. 25 shots. 13 on target. And we lost the game 3-1. Wow. If that doesn't deserve a water bottle, I don't know what does, to be honest. I don't know what deserves a water bottle if that doesn't. Absolutely pathetic. Thrashing the arms at all of them as well. I don't want to see any of these players after the match. Do not report to me until Wednesday morning for training, because you don't deserve to even look at me in the face. Absolutely disgraceful. Can't believe that performance there. We were absolutely cruising in the first 60 minutes of the match. We were by far the better team. Absolutely battering West Ham. It should have been 3 or 4-0. At least. And somehow we've ended up losing the game 3-1. Absolutely shameful. Absolutely shameful. Well, what an absolutely horror episode for us. 2 losses in the game. Away to Newcastle 5-2. I can take it. I can take it. But losing at home to West Ham 3-1, we've had 25 shots and 13 on target in the match. By far the better team. I cannot take. And also I cannot take the fact that Andaquia Moreno's transfers have been cancelled on the day they turn up in Portsmouth. So yeah, a horror episode for us. This goalkeeper needs to get gone, doesn't he? He needs to get gone. He's did 14 goals in 4 games. I might just sell him, to be honest. He's a wanted man. He's wanted by Dortmund. Get 10 million for him. Almost 10 times as our money we paid for him. Paid him 1.5 million for him. You know, 39 goals conceded in 19 games at 6.58. He's just useless, isn't he? Absolutely useless. But yeah, what a terrible episode for us. I can't believe we just lost that game. I need to get over that. But, you know, the good news is we've got 4 very winnable games in the next 4 games. Away to Watford, beat them 5-0 at home, of course. Home to Everton, beat them away. Away to Villa, beat them as well. Home to Norwich, beat them as well. Our next 4 games is actually against 4 teams that we've beat this season. So, with that logic, surely we've got a chance against those games. And although we lost at home to West Ham 3-1 there, we did create a lot of chances against the 9th place team. So surely that gives us hope for the next 4 games. But yeah, I'm not happy with his performances. Anyway, the transfers, hopefully I can sign those players. Booth, he should be joining. And yeah, goalkeeper is the next one on my list. Before I sign anyone else, I need to bring in a goalkeeper. Anyway, guys, in terms of the next episode, I think I'll bring you back for the games away to Leicester and at home to Wolves. So that is the end of the video, guys. Please remember that if you liked the video, hit that like button for me. As I said, it really does help the video out a lot. And also, if you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button as well. It really helped me out, and much appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.